Hi everyone, let's complete our session 3 on quadratic equation. So on the agenda today I have kept in the previous exercise 4.1, we had left one problem which was based on speed. So first we will be solving that problem. Then after that I will be showing you the answers for your homework, which was question number 1 of exercise 4.2. Then after that exercise 4.2, question number 2 first, second bit, and question number 3, 4, 5 and 6 we will be doing in this session today. But here there is a twist in your homework. Question number 3, 4, 5 and 6 are having the factorization part. So that factorization part I will be giving you as your homework. Okay, so you will get enough practice in doing factorization of polynomials. After that I will be giving just the direct answer. First we will be framing in these questions the factorization, in these questions we will be doing, or we will be framing quadratic equations. You will be doing factorization and you will check whether the answer is correct or not. I will be giving you directly the answer. So let's start the session today. Now let's start exercise 4.1, question number 2, fourth bit, which we had left in the last session. In question number 2, fourth bit, it says that there is a train which travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. So as usual, the train is used to cover 480 km in some time. But he is telling that what would happen if 8 km per hour speed is being reduced. So it is saying that it will take more time. So it is obvious, it's a common sense that if you decrease the vehicle speed, then it will take more time to cover the same distance. So what is trying to ask us that to relate the time between both the cases and make a quadratic equation. So to make our work simple, we will underline the things which are really important for us related to speed problem. So in speed problem, hope you all know in 9th class we all had studied, speed formula is given by speed is equals to distance by time. Distance by time. Now what I will be doing, since it is relating both the cases with time, I will make time as a subject. This is a tip I am giving you so that it will help you to understand why not to make speed as a subject, why we are making time only as a subject. So I am making it as a subject. I am writing the formula here, distance by speed. So based on this formula we will be proceeding in our problem. Now what I will be doing here, I will write case 1 and here case 2. In both the cases we don't know the speed of the train, right? So first we will assume, and the distance is same. The train is covering 480 km in both the cases. So first we will write the common thing which is there is distance is equals to 480 km. Now in case 1, let's say speed be x kilometer per hour. Now if the speed is so and so, and as per this formula, what will be the time taken by the train in this situation is 480 by x. So this is our first equation. This is one scenario in which the train is covering some distance with some speed, and this much time is being taken by it. Now in case 2, he is telling that the speed is being decreased by 8 km. So we will say let speed of the train be x minus 8. From the original speed it is decreasing, so we are writing x minus 8 km per hour. If this is so, what will be the time as per this formula? It is covering same distance, right? So 480 by x minus 8, and this is our second equation. Done. So what is the connection between these two is telling, if we decrease the speed, which we are showing using case 2, if we decrease the speed, it will take time like this, and this is really very technical as per formula, but he has given that 3 hours will be more. Okay, so in general the train is used to take 480 by x minutes or hours to cover the distance, but due to the decrease in speed it will take more extra hours. So how many hours it is taking extra? 3. So I am writing as per question, what will be writing as per the question? In general the time is like this, 480 by x, and it will take 3 more hours if the speed is decreased by this. The time taken by the train when you reduce the speed is this, And how it will be plus 3 hours, extra 3 hours it will take than as usual. So this is our final, not final equation, this is our framing of the equation as per the question. Now we will try to sort out the things and we will try to make it as a quadratic equation. Okay, so let's continue doing it by transposing it. Now let's start solving this equation. So whenever you see this type of problem, try to collect all the x terms together. So what I'll be doing, I'll collect all the x terms together. So here I'm writing 480 by x minus, this whole fraction will come here, 480 by x minus 8 equals to, and this plus 3 I am transposing here, it becomes minus 3. Okay, so now how to do it? What would be the LCM? Whenever there are two different things in LCM, or sorry, in denominators, the LCM would be the product of both the things. So it will be x into x minus 8. And here how to do it? It has x, so it needs x minus 8, and it has x minus 8 and it needs x, right? So to make our work simple and easy, let's take 480 common to avoid so much calculation. When I take out this 480 common, what will be left here? 1. So 1 into x minus 8 is only 1 time x minus 8, minus this 480 has gone. So what will be left? Only 1. It should be in your imagination, 1 into x will be x only. And it is equals to minus 3. Now if I can cancel anything, I should. So plus x minus x gets cancelled. So it is 480 into minus 8 by x into x, x squared, okay, and x into minus 8, minus 8x equals to minus 3. Now here you can see we have decreased our work so much. Instead of wasting our time 4 into x, 480 into x, or 480 into 8, right? So when you see the things common, let's try to take out it as common, then it makes your work easy. Now let's do here 480 into 8, and this plus into minus, minus only. So it is minus 480 into plus 8 only, and it is equals to minus 3 by x square minus 8x. So always we see that the equal to sign maintains both the things together in balance. So if you see any sign also same on both the sides, same sign you can cancel. Minus gets cancelled. 480 into 8. 8 zeros are 0, 8 8s are 64, 6 carries, 4 8s are 32, 32 plus 6, 38, okay, by x square minus 8x, and it is equals to 3. Now we want a quadratic equation, right? So assume this as 1, then there is no denominator, just do cross multiplication. 3840 into 1 is 3840 only. 3 into this whole polynomial gets shifted there, x square minus 8x. Now open the bracket, 3840 is equals to 3 into x, 3x square, 3 8s are 24, okay. Now we always try to keep x square as common, so I will write this side same. Simply I will try to transpose this 3840 on the other side. So instead of becoming, sorry, it is plus, so it will become 3840 with negative sign. Now this is the final quadratic equation, but if you want to make it in the simplest form, what is common in both? Can I take 3 as common? So of course I can take 3 into x square, 3x square, minus, as it is, 3 8s are 24, minus 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. I am cancelling this one, okay. Mental calculation I am doing. If you are not able to do, not an issue, you can just directly do in simple words in your rough column. What I am doing, I am showing here, I am simply imagining 3 1s are 3, 1 comes here, so what it will become? 3 2s are 6, 7 8 is left, 2 is left out, 3 8s are 24, 3 zeros are 0. So this is how we have to do it. So have a practice of the things like this. So instead of writing here, I was writing down. So I have done this here just to show you. So I am writing the number correctly again, 3840. So after cancelling with 3, I got this. This 3, if I transpose here, it will become 0 by 3. Anything 0 divided by anything will become 0 only. So what I am writing here, x square minus 8x minus 1280 is equals to 0 is the simplest form of a quadratic equation. So this is how we are able to frame the both cases of one train in both the scenarios, and we were able to relate as per the time, and we got a quadratic equation. So if you wanted to know what was the actual speed of the train, simply just factorize it. You will get to know the actual speed, the original speed, before changing or decreasing the speed. But in this exercise, again I am telling, it is just focusing on us to practice how to form a quadratic equation. So which we have done. So this is the final answer. So this is how we have completed our question number 1 of exercise 4.1, fourth bit. Okay. Now let's start doing our homework correction. The homework was exercise 4.2, question number 1, which was based on factorization. So I had told you to refer polynomials chapter. So here I am still showing you the answers, so that you will get enough practice in getting and checking your answer. And please do your self-correction. Here, x square minus 3x minus 10 is given. And in the question, he has given you roots. Find roots is nothing but you have to find the value of the variable given in the equation. Means once you substitute the whatever value you got, it should satisfy the equation. They are called roots. And at times the second name is given as solution. So don't get confused what do you mean by root or solution. They are nothing but the value of the variable used in the particular equation. Now by seeing this power 2, I can say this is a quadratic equation and I have to factorize it. Okay. So what I will be doing, I will just use splitting middle term method. And what is the first step? I am writing the number here for your explanation. X square into 10 is minus 10x square, and the 10 factors, 10x square factor like this, minus 10x square is equals to, you should choose the factors in such a way that on addition to subtraction it should give you the middle term. So I am writing 2 5s are 10. If you see, the factors of 10 are even 10 1s are 10 also. But 10 plus 1 will give me 11. 10 minus 1 will give me 9. But what I want actually 3x. So what I will be doing, I will be choosing wantedly the factors which on addition or subtraction give me the middle term number. So I got 2 5s are 10 because 5 minus 2 will become 3. Now one part is done. Now try to balance your variable. X power 2 is there, you are multiplying here, so balance both the side x. Now here the question is, you are getting plus 10x square but you require minus 10x square. So this minus will come only when you have plus into minus, right, or minus into plus. Now the biggest question is, to whom should you give minus or plus? Should you give to plus 2 or minus 5 or minus 2 or plus 5? The basic rule here is what is required in your question. You need minus 3. So you need minus, so give it to the bigger number. And it is obviously understood that the smaller number will be plus. So here I am ready with the two things. Directly I will go once I get this. Here you can see I have written x square minus 5x plus 2x. So on addition and subtraction it will give the middle term. On multiplication it will give me the product of extremes. Okay. So based on that I have taken it as a pair. I have taken x as common. Once I get this bracket I will write this bracket. Then I will try to balance this 2. So I will just cross check 2 into x, 2x. 2 5s are 10. So whatever common you have taken, you have to write x plus 2, and these two brackets should be same. If they are not same in even in sign, it means that you are doing wrong. So please do check your factorization here which you have done. Now x minus 5 only one time equals to 0, and this 0 is for both the things. So x plus 2 equals to 0, x minus 5 equal to 0. I want the value of the variable. So what I will be doing, I will transpose the constants here. So x plus 2 will become minus 2. X minus 5, this become plus 5. So these are the two roots which I needed to find to solve this particular equation. So this first problem I am going in detail so that it will be a revision for you. If you have already done independently, it's very well and good. If you still have a doubt, you can just go through the video again and again to clear your doubts. Now let's go to question number 1, second bit, third bit and fourth bit directly. But in your third bit there is one root 2 part. So I'll just give you one tip how to solve these type of questions. So let's go to second bit. Now let's do question number 1 of exercise 4.2 and second bit. Here you can see it is given that 2x square plus x minus 6 equals to 0. So as per the method of splitting middle term is multiply your extremes. 2, 6 are 12, and as based on the requirement of the middle term you have to choose the factors for 12x square. So this is how it will go. You try out and you cross check whether you are getting this or not. Now for the third one, the basic tip which you all should know is, which we had already discussed many times, root a into root a will give you only a. Now in the question here it is given, and what is the first method? We always say multiply extremes. So in my rough column, if I multiply it, it is giving me like this, isn't it? Now how to multiply this root part? 5 is as it is. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. How I am writing this? Based on this tip. Okay, I am using the same lines here so that you will understand. Root 2 into root 2 is 2 and x square as it is. So 5 2s are 10x square. Now I got the product of extreme as 10x square. Now it is my intention is now to split this 10 into two not equal to its factors, so that I will get the middle term. As in the previous problem also we had seen 10 ones are 10, which will give me either 11 or 9 on addition or subtraction. But here I want 7. So what I will be doing, I will be choosing the factors on which it will be giving me as 7. So on doing so, I can split this 10 as 5 2s are 10, and here x, and what type of 7 I want plus. It means that I need both the things positive so that it will give me positive 7. So based on this idea, what I am writing, I am just splitting middle term like this. This 7x can also be written as 5x plus 2x. I am writing this from here, okay? From here I am writing here. Plus 5 root 2 is equals to 0. Now the next thing is you have to take the things common, two things common. From these two terms you have to take common. So I'll just clean the space here. Now when we see there, what is common? X is common, right? So root 2 will be left out. X is already there, so 1x will be left, plus as it is. And x we had already taken 5. So once you get one bracket, just copy the same bracket. This is not the exact method, I am just giving you the tip how to do it. So once you do it, if you see here, x is inside only, but in place of 2 it is given only root 2. It means that half of 2 is outside and plus as it is. So this is how these two brackets should be same, and you should cross check also whether you are getting correct answer or not. So let's check. Root 2 into root 2, 2, okay. Root 2 into root 2 is 2, 2 into x, root 2x, or simply 2x. Now next one is root 2 into 5. It means 5 root 2, isn't it? So these two are unlike terms, you can't multiply it. You can multiply, but you can't say 5 2s are 10, so root 10. You have to write 5 root 2 equals to 0. Now what is the next step we should do? Whatever things we have taken in common, you should write in a bracket, and these two brackets are same, so you will just write it one time. And this 0 is for both. X plus root 2 is equals to 0, and root 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. X equals to minus root 2, okay, sorry, and here I need x, plus 5 goes there, minus 5, and this root 2 was in multiplication with x, so it will come in division, minus 5 by root 2. So these are the two roots using your middle term factorization, splitting middle term. So this is how it will go. Please check your answer and do practice if you have gone wrong, and correct your answers in your classwork. Don't keep anything wrong there. Put the heading as SC, which shows that you have really done your self-correction. No problem if you have went wrong. Please redo it, and don't make a mess in the classwork. Simply just take a pencil and just slash it out if you have gone wrong, and do on the next page. Let's go to the next bits. Here you can see question number 1, fourth bit of exercise 4.2. It is given that 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 equals to 0. So when you see a fraction in an equation, first find out the LCM for that, so that you can send the denominator to the right hand side to make it 0. So here you can see in the very first step I am doing or assuming by one, so that I can find out LCM. and after finding out LCM, I got that the LCM is 8. So 1 into 8 is 8 2s are 16, and minus 8x plus 1 equals to 0. So once I transpose this 8 here, it becomes 0, and I got a complete and proper quadratic equation. So once I got a quadratic equation, I'm splitting the middle term using factorization method. So this is how I'll be getting the bracket, and this whole is the process. So you also do check your answer. You should get x equals to 1 by 4 and 1 by 4, and your factorization must be like this only. Splitting middle term should have minus 4x and minus 4x. So this is fourth one. Now let's go to fifth one. In the fifth one, here you can see it is given as 100x square minus 20x plus 1 equals to 0. So on splitting middle term, I got minus 10x, and on multiplication I'll be getting 10 times 100. So based on that, again I have taken two terms together so that I can take common. So I have taken 10 as common from between them, and I got these brackets. So you also do check your process, and you should get the final answer as the roots x equals to 1 by 10 and 1 by 10. So this is how we have completed our question number 1 of exercise 4.2. Now let's go to question number 2, which is completely based on word problems, and the next questions like 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, they are also word problems. So it is giving you practice how to frame a quadratic equation and to find out the roots. It's a mix-up of making a quadratic equation, then find the roots. And in your exercise 4.1, it was completely on just giving you practice for making quadratic equation. So let's start question number 2. First we will frame the quadratic equation, then we will be solving it to find out the roots.